And so that invitation several times each day, even if it's only for a minute or two, to stop what we're doing, to interrupt that momentum of disembodiment, of the way we can find ourselves on autopilot, just sort of lost in that repetitive, unfresh sort of thinking, disconnected from our senses, from our bodies, and especially from what we're feeling. And as we start to pay close attention to our immediate here and now experience, we might notice how so much of the time we're engaged in a sort of ongoing commentary on our experience and not actually living the life of the senses. It can be quite a shock to realize this life of the ongoing commentator. And so we slow down. We take a few deep, slow, conscious breaths. We feel our feet on the ground as they connect us into earth, into her grace, into that field that is the grace, the mercy of earth. And we scan through our immediate embodied experience. We come out of that trance state that we can so easily find ourselves in, which is the spin of the collective matrix. And we bring a curious, compassionate presence to our belly. We might soften our belly, which we might notice that so much of the time, without being aware of it, we're holding our bellies in, or we're armoring our hearts, or shutting our throats down. Really to protect ourselves, as a way to protect ourselves and our embodied vulnerabilities, sensitivities, eccentricities, which again, I think makes a lot of sense that we would want and need to do that. But for just a few moments, as an experiment, to soften our belly, to really feel our hearts, to open our throats, to see what's happening here. Is there a constriction in my throat? Is there flow here? Is there something I need to communicate, to say to myself, to another person, to the world, to God, to divine, to spirit? And we ask ourselves, I wonder what it is that I'm experiencing right now in the immediacy of the here and now, in my body, without any interpretation or commentary, or just raw, immediate knowing. That right brain attunement, image, feeling, sensation. And in my experience, if we look for a moment at the subtitle to our course, Trusting Your Inner Guidance, in order to truly do that, to cultivate that capacity, to really trust our inner experience, our basic goodness, our essential nature as non-separate from life, we're going to have to be embodied, to be able to really listen to the wisdom, the creativity, the beauty, the intelligence of the deep soma, and also to the somatic unconscious, to the images and the feelings and the emerging right brain knowing that we aren't going to be able to access necessarily through our ordinary conceptual process. We can't think our way to healing, to inner transformation, to alchemical transmutation into that unity with the divine, or unity or oneness with all that is. It's just too dense, that thinking, to sort of take us there, to reveal to us our basic essential nature, which is open, compassionate, that luminous presence.